Let's talk about the 2026 World Cup qualifiers for the CAF region. Looking at some of the results of games played yesterday. For Senegal, they got a 4-0 win over South Sudan. And for Sadio Mane, he got on the score sheet, scored a brace, and he played his 100th game for Senegal, marking it with a brace right there. It was such a good one for Senegal. While South Africa defeated Benin Republic by 2-1. We saw other games for Niger. They lost to Tanzania 1-0. And today, let's talk about the matches that will go down today. And for John, the slogan for the Super Eagles of Nigeria is let's do it again. And they tried. Some fans actually said doing it again means they will not get to qualify for the World Cup, because the last time they played against Ghana, they lost the chance to qualify for the World Cup. Now Nigeria took on Lesotho, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. To the surprise of a lot of fans, Lesotho got the first goal for Nigeria, and we all complained, saying this was a poor performance from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria takes on Zimbabwe. What would be your expectation from the Super Eagles of Nigeria later today?
Yeah, my expectations are very, very high. I believe that the Super Eagles have what it takes to get a result in Zimbabwe. And when I mean against Zimbabwe away from home, I am very, very, let me just say, not to be too sure, but, and this is going by the stats, if I say that, I think they should win, because away from home, the Super Eagles have been very, very great. At home, our results have been very, very bad. Away from home will be very good. We scored a good number of goals away from home. And it seems that we tend to play well away from home. So doing it against Zimbabwe, I think we will also look at our record away from home and think, if we've done this away from home against Guinea-Bissau and co, I think that we have what it takes, to Udoka, it's been a long time we lost away from home. We've always done well away from home. But at home, we've always had it bad. I don't know why. Maybe it's the result of the pitch or the politics involved or the administrative issues we have been having with Super Eagles or the brand itself. But against Zimbabwe, I know it's going to be a very, very tough game. I think that with the attacking array of talents we have up front, I don't know, some people say it seems to be our Achilles heel, because a lot of our players find it hard to gel, because it's not like Victor Osimhen has found a way to, get himself, involved more with the national team. But these other guys who are coming, the Victor Boniface, who has been doing absolutely well in Germany, has come to the Super Eagles, but he hasn't found his feet yet, because, of course, you know that the style of the coach is another thing. I don't know if I'm still going to talk about the coach in Udoka, but if you look at it generally and what we have, I think we should get a result against Zimbabwe.
Well, taking on Zimbabwe, I wouldn't say Zimbabwe is a winner when it comes to playing football. I'd rather consider Lesotho as a lesser team compared to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And you saw how the likes of Algeria, Senegal, Morocco defeated their opponents, and it was a win that would show you that, look, I better pass you. I am bigger than you. There's no way you can come near me as an opponent. We saw that against between Nigeria and Lesotho, but it didn't happen for the Super Eagles. We had the likes of Victor Boniface and Taiwo Awoniyi up front, and they could not deliver for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So what exactly, because a lot of people said politics is also the problem of the Super Eagles. The players are not politicians. Do you understand? The players are not politicians.
Yeah,
whatever politics goes on should not affect the players and the way they play on the football pitch. So what exactly is the problem with the players? Because when they go outside and play for their club sides, you see them banging in goals, you see them playing good football, but when they come back home, it becomes a problem. Is it that players are not, what's the word now, honorable? They don't honor, they're not loyal to the jersey, they're not loyal to that badge?
Well, I don't think it's the question of honor. To an extent, Udoka, I also want to believe that politics also play a huge role in affecting the results on the pitch, because first, you look at the choice of coaching. The choice of coaching matters a lot. The coach you have, Jose Peseiro, for me, I don't think this is the best manager we can get in Nigeria. But so far, with what we are having, it seems we are stuck with him, for the time being. And you talked about our strikers. Yes, Awoniyi presently is injured. He won't be featuring, in today's game. While Victor Boniface, Gift Orban, and these other guys, yes, they are doing very well internationally. When I mean internationally, in their club side. But then again, we also look at the style employed by the coach. I think that also affects the way these players play. Yes, the players are supposed to deliver, but what's the formation like? What's the kind of formation the coach is playing? How is he utilizing these guys? Is he utilizing them in the right position where they are supposed to be? Because truth is, if you play a certain player in a position where he's not suited or where he can't give his best, then you cannot get the best out of the player. So we can talk about the fact that our attacking talents are not delivering to the maximum, but we'll also look at the choice of the style of play, employed by the coach, the philosophy. If you look at the coach of the Super Eagles, can you lay a claim to say that he's playing 4-4-2-4-3? Can you say that this is the style that the Nigerian team is actually playing? I can't define it. More like today we're doing counter-attacking. Tomorrow we try to pass the ball and loop the ball to the striker. The other day, the Chukwuezes of this world will find a way to meander, get on 2 or 3 players, then try to locate the striker. So all of these things put together also shows that there's something fundamentally wrong with the team. Yeah, I talked about that. I talked about the fact that we go away from home and do it. Some even attribute it to the choice of pitch. But against Zimbabwe, we are going to play on a very bumpy pitch, which is even quite artificial. So I don't even know how that is going to play out against a team like Zimbabwe, who are very, very good on the counter-attack. And teams that play counter-attacking football on a bumpy pitch, you have to be very, 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 very scared of them. So put all of these factors together, administratively, the choice of coaching, the style employed by the coach, and also player positioning. Look at the game against Lesotho, which I'm sure you're going to agree with me. Now, Iwobi is supposed to be our number 10, while Ojetunde, what's his name now? He's the guy that plays for Brentford. He's supposed to be our Frank Onyeka is supposed to be our defensive midfielder. However, Iwobi was the one defending while Onyeka was going forward. I don't know, maybe it's the coach that told them to do that. I don't even understand. And that's why you see that there was zero creativity in that game. Is it the coach or the players who told Iwobi to stay back and defend? Who asked Onyeka to go forward? So these are some of the problems associated. I'm sure that the coach has looked deeply into this, and I'm sure he's going to find a way against Zimbabwe.
All right, we'll see how that turns out for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They take on Zimbabwe later today. In a couple of hours, about 3 hours, they'll be up against Zimbabwe, and it'll be a tough one for the Eagles because the fans are on their necks and they're saying nothing less than a convincing result, a convincing win against Zimbabwe. If not, you will not be forgiven. But we'll see how it goes for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.